and welcome to Trending Tonight. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. Well, a big announcement has been made by the Prime Minister, an important announcement. The vaccination policy has been changed, and many people say for the better. But why did a not better, or if we use the words that were used by the Supreme Court, arbitrary and irrational vaccine policy, why did it have to exist? What was the reason behind it? As the Prime Minister says, the states asked for it. So is that how policies are made? That if somebody asks for it, you give it even if it is not good? Or is this a realization by the centre that yes, they went ahead with a faulty policy? Even if the states may have asked for it, the policy itself was faulty. And thus, did we waste some crucial time? These are important questions which also require a political answer. Let's listen in to what the Prime Minister had to say.
कई राज्य सरकारों ने फिर कहा कि वैक्सीन का काम डिसेंट्रलाइज किया जाए और राज्यों पर छोड़ दिया जाए। तरह तरह के स्वर उठे, जैसे कि वैक्सीनेशन के लिए एज ग्रुप क्यों बनाए गए। हमने सोचा कि राज्य ये मांग कर रहे हैं, उनका उत्साह है, तो चलो भाई 25% का काम उन्हीं को सुपुर्द कर दिया जाए। पूरी दुनिया में वैक्सीन की क्या स्थिति है, इसकी सच्चाई से भी राज्य परिचित हुए। एक तरफ मई में सेकेंड वेव, दूसरी तरफ वैक्सीन के लिए लोगों का बढ़ता रुझान। मई में 2 सप्ताह बीतते बीतते कुछ राज्य खुले मन से ये कहने लगे कि पहले वाली व्यवस्था ही अच्छी थी।
All right, so let's kickstart this discussion. I want to introduce all our guests. Supriya Shrinate, National Spokesperson of the Congress Party; Lalitha Kumaramangalam, Director of the India Foundation and member of the Bharatiya Janata Party; Vigila Satyanath, AIA DMK Women's Wing Secretary; we have Reena Gupta, Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party; Dr. Sameer Dalwai, Spokesperson of the NCP; and Manuraj Sundaram, Spokesperson of the DMK. Thank you very much. It's an important discussion, and that is why we've got representatives from across the country, and not just, many would say, the usual suspects. But Ms. Kumaramangalam, I want to begin with you now. The Prime Minister made an important announcement. This policy change was made. But while making this announcement, it is good. What the government is doing right now, I want to say it right at the very beginning, is fantastic. But what did the Prime Minister say? He said that the states had earlier asked for it, so we gave them. And now states have asked for a change in policy, so we are going ahead and changing this policy. My only simple question is, I'll get to Supreme Court later, but is that how central government policies are made?
Sanket, about a couple of months ago, there was this huge hue and cry throughout the country, where several states, had demanded that the centre cannot and should not be the only person procuring vaccines. Whatever the reasons that everybody gave, they were given at that time. And if you remember, in the beginning, initially, it was the centre that was procuring all the vaccines and distributing it to the states. Now, various accusations and complaints were made, ranging from the fact that some states were being given preferential treatment, why is a particular age group being given first priority, apart from healthcare workers, frontline workers, etc. And many, many questions were raised. There was a huge hue and cry. And given the fact that India is a federal system, and everybody had also brought that up, and it's fair enough, India is a federal system, the centre did give in and said that, okay, part of the vaccines can be bought by the states according to however much budget or whatever price you want to pay, you can tender and buy. Now, what happened after that? I only mention this because this is very important to the eventual turnaround that happened. States were ignored by the demands or the tenders floated by the states, but almost totally ignored, as far as I know, totally ignored by the vaccine producers, especially the ones who are not producing in India. Even the ones in India, I think, were not really keen to participate in the tenders.
Okay.
Whether it was due to economies of scale, Whether it was due to other reasons, I don't know, because I'm not privy to the vaccine makers.
While we agree with all of what you're saying, Ms. Kumaramangalam, I again come back to the question that I asked you.
Yes, I
Ms.
agree.
Kumaramangalam, the question is that how central government policies are made?
No, partly, come on, the center is, the center is, by the center we meet the government of India. It's not just a government for a particular part of the country, it has to be a government for the entire country. It's elected by all voters across all states, regardless of what party may be power in what state. That has nothing to do with this.
The government has to follow.
The center must also listen to its states. It cannot do anything, it cannot and should not do things only in isolation.
Okay.
Initially, that also
one moment, because on that point, you're saying that the states asked for this policy. One moment, Supriya Shrinate. I'll come to you, Ms. Kumaramangalam, because we've got 6 people. I'll have to speak to everyone. I'll circle back to you. I'll circle back to you. One moment. Supriya Shrinate.
Sure.
Ms. Lalitha Kumaramangalam says that you asked for it. That state governments asked for it. You wanted to decentralize the vaccine policy. States wanted greater control. So when the central government gave the greater control, then now the states started having problems. How would you respond?
Sanket, first and foremost, when one makes a mistake, it's gracious to accept that mistake and undo it. You do not make a failure sound like a success, what the Prime Minister tried to do, and blame the states for this. The reality is that decentralization and procurement are as apart from each other as chalk and cheese. Show me one chief minister, one leader, show me one document anywhere which says we want to procure our own vaccines. Not one chief minister will make the mistake of doing so, and rightly so. How can the states go and procure vaccines? The vaccines have to be procured like it is in the rest of the world by the central government. All that the states sought was, give us the freedom of distribution. Some states may want to go door to door, some may want to do compulsory RWAs. You know, whatever way you want to do it, that's the flexibility states had sought. The reality is that vaccination fell from 42 lakhs to 12 lakhs because there were no vaccines available. The states were blamed for the mess. Now that there is some vaccine coming, the Prime Minister wants to re-enter the picture. We have no issue.
So the Congress party is saying that now that the vaccine availability is sorted, the Prime Minister has conveniently taken back control. Ms. Kumaramangalam, because this is an important charge.
I'm still talking.
One moment.
I'm still talking.
Ms. Kumaramangalam, this is an important charge. There is an allegation
Sanket,
that when things were messy.
Up a thread from my conversation. Please let me finish my train of thought.
I am happy
that the Prime Minister has undone his mistake. But he needs to accept it was a flawed policy to begin with. You cannot get states to procure their own vaccine.
The Congress says
and you cannot put the country
that when there was a problem, the vaccine availability issues were there. Very conveniently, the central government opened it up for all, right? The go figure. Obviously, it was flawed. If there is no vaccine, then you can keep floating global tenders, as you rightly mentioned. Nobody could get success. Now that we have some semblance of vaccine availability, you have the Prime Minister wresting control. However, I personally feel that is not true. It's got to do with the Supreme Court's very, very strong observations of calling this policy itself arbitrary and irrational. Ms. Kumaramangalam's right to reply.
Okay, if I'm allowed to speak without being interrupted, I'd be happy to reply. First, I think the Congress spokesperson's memory seems to be very short. The fact is that several chief ministers did ask, and much of this was also made public. I don't know if they wrote letters to the Prime Minister's office or the Prime Minister himself or the Health Minister, but several chief ministers did ask, especially including the Chief Minister of Delhi, openly said that the centre is making a mess of procuring vaccines. Please give the states the right Let me finish. Please don't interrupt. I did have the courtesy to not interrupt anybody. Let me finish, or we'll get your chance. The accusation made that since you all are messing it up, let the states look after it itself. When it comes to distribution of vaccines, right from day one, it has been made clear. The central policy is that originally what it was, and now again from today, is that we will buy the vaccines and give it to the states. It's up to the states to distribute it. But the only thing really that is made a lot more important, the announcement today, is that everybody will get it free. 25% is what the private hospitals can buy, and there also the price has been capped to 150 rupees over what the vaccine companies will be charging them. So I guess that's also one of the steps taken to see that people are not overcharged unnecessarily.
Sure, I get your point. But
Everybody in India,
Veena Gupta, you've heard what Ms. Kumara Mangalam is saying.
Upwards will get the vaccine.
She named your chief minister.
By the central government.
She said that the demand very much was from chief ministers, including the chief minister of Delhi. Though I will again circle back to that same old question, that can a few chief ministers or a chief minister dictate a central government policy? But however, be that as it may, Ms. Veena Gupta, your chief minister asked for this policy to be changed. Is that correct?
Please give me my time to speak. So first of all, the vaccination policy of the union government has been criticized both in India and the world over. Everybody, including the WHO, has said that this is a botched up policy, it's falling apart. And it's only after the Supreme Court's very critical observations, when they actually asked us, show us the documents on the basis of which this vaccine policy has been decided, the government finally realized that, you know, they have nothing to show for. And that is the reason that the Prime Minister today came and reversed his decision. Now coming to decentralization, this is not the first time that in our country we are doing vaccination. We have been doing it for decades. And the procurement of vaccine is always done by the center and the distribution is done by the states. And this is exactly what the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi asked for. We said Delhi is an urban state and we have the efficiency in Delhi to vaccinate everybody. So allow us the distribution, allow us to open vaccination centers in every gully and mohalla. So she cannot, Mrs. Kumara Mangalam cannot say that we were asking for decentralization of procurement. Everybody knew that no vaccine manufacturer is going to honor procurement from the state governments. They will all ask for sovereign guarantee. Still, they made the whole country waste precious 9 weeks working on global tenders, which we all knew from day one were going to fail. And it is not as if before the April announcement of this decentralization, of this change policy, everything was hunky and dory. When was the first time the central government actually placed an order? The government of Bangladesh placed an order before the Indian government placed an order.
Okay, we'll ask those questions.
Budget for the manufacturers. So it's just one last point, Sanket.
No, one moment. Ms. Gupta, there are other panelists also waiting. I'll come back to you. Let me take take comments from everyone, please. Ms. Vijila Satyanathji, I want to ask you, what do you make of this policy, the manner in which it has been changed? The point is we must all look forward, correct, but did we waste crucial time?
We welcome the policy taken by the Prime Minister at a very crucial juncture. We welcome it because as many of them mentioned, many states went for global tenders, which became most of the state was not fruitful. It was not able to take the tenders. Nobody came forward to take tenders. So it is only the central government has to give this policy now. It is the right time. All the states will get, and there should not be another one major thing is America has finished 70% of its vaccination. Spain has completely 50%. They finished vaccination. Italy 50%, and even some countries have gone up to 80%, and the second dose is 50%. Many countries, even Gulf countries, are also in their vaccination is very speeded up. But now in India alone, we are still 3.3. 2 doses have completed only 3.3, and 1 dose 13.4. So we are well behind. So at least now,
yeah, but a lot of that, if you look at it in absolute numbers, we may have done well, but the point is in percentage to the population.
Campaign. Likewise, you reach the people.
Yeah.
But at beginning, we were very speeded up. We went for first all the frontline workers, doctors, everyone. When that time, we were very vibrant.
No, you know, Ms. Satyanath, now the problem is the speed and pace of vaccination. It has to be it has to be a crore a day for us to meet the deadline, the deadline that we have set for ourselves.
Many of them had their own limitations. They said, many MPs said they were reluctant to go for
no, see, these are issues that we understand. Ms. Satyanath, these are Manu Sundaram. I want to come to you, Manuraj Sundaram.
Yeah,
see, while we understand issues of vaccine hesitancy, vaccine availability, and all sorts of issues, but Manu Sundaram, see, the point is, one more. Ms. Satyanath, I'll come back to you. Manu Sundaram, the point is that we wasted 2 months, or perhaps we did not have an option, in trying to float these tenders which were obviously bound to fail. All of us knew that this tendering process, and the Prime Minister said it in as many words. I heard the Prime Minister's speech where he said that the states, by carrying out this exercise themselves, also understood the problems that come with an exercise as huge as this. So what was this, I ask? Was this some sort of an experiment? That I am failing, so you also experience the same?
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't think this is the right time for us to feel like lab rats, Sanket. And just to put it in perspective, in March 2020, the union government centralized all responses to the pandemic by using the Disaster Management Act. I say this because it's not only been something that we've had to deal with over the last 3 months. It's been about 15 months now. And in February this year, Sanket, as you would remember, the union budget was passed and 35,000 crores was allocated to procure vaccines by the union. Now, in the month of May, the union government changed its policy of procurement and gave states the right to procure. Now, let me quickly cite a letter written by 4 chief ministers, including mine, as well as Mr. Hemant Soren, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, and Ms. Mamata Banerjee on the 12th of May, asking the Prime Minister to specifically procure vaccines centrally from available sources, both global and domestic. And now that the policy was changed in May, now it's again being changed or reversed or U-turned or flip-flopped, whatever you may want to say, in the month of June. We always knew procurement was going to be problematic. The Prime Minister does not have to wait and tell us that, he wanted us to feel the pain or any such thing. Procurement is better done centrally. Distribution is better done locally, because the states and the panchayats, the municipalities, the corporations, they know how to reach the last mile. This we didn't have to wait for a COVID pandemic. But Manu, the Prime Minister said that this is exactly what was happening. Before the policy was liberalized, this is exactly what was happening. No, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I don't know on what basis he said that, because I find that if that was the case, the Supreme Court would not have asked him for an explanation, his government for an explanation on why this policy is prima facie arbitrary and irrational. Those are not the words of an opposition chief minister or a politician. Yes, okay. These are the words of the Supreme. Yes, Dr. Dalwai, do you feel that a lot of what the Prime Minister has announced today has to do with what the Supreme Court said?
What the Prime Minister said today, I'm afraid, will go down in history as a speech of a leader during a crisis full of half-truths, if not lies and misrepresentation. The Supreme Court has gone on record saying that this is an arbitrary and irrational policy. I mean, that's quite saying a lot in their favor, because there is no policy. Because when the rest of the countries internationally were blocking and booking the vaccines, our Prime Minister was in Davos, beating his chest, claiming that India had conquered COVID without even bothering about vaccine policy. And the only thing that has led his vaccine policy is getting his picture on the vaccine certificate. That tells us what has driven this policy. At a time in the month of May, when the country was in the grip of the worst second wave ever, that is the time he tells the states, you buy 50%. And now, at the time when the things are getting better, he says, okay, that was a wrong policy, so I take it back. If it was a policy, give it some time. 1 month is nothing. You failed for it over 4 months, 5 months. Give the states 2 months, 3 months. No, but they changed it, which is the timing, which is what his own partymen speak about. Because right now is the time to show that he's doing something coming on the background of his crocodile tears speech. So today's talk was nothing but hypocrisy and irresponsible behavior. he talks about federalism. My friend from BJP was talking about federalism. Show me one major decision made in the last 7 years that he has said, I'm doing this because the states have asked for it. The only thing he has been doing about the states was what you saw last week.
Anything.
And my last
one
point,
moment. Ms. Kumara Mangalam, lots of points that Dr. Dalwai has made.
Last point.
Yes.
He made a very brief blink and you miss reference to the fact that eventually more than vaccinations, COVID appropriate behavior is important. How true, Mr. Prime Minister? And he went on to say wearing masks, social distancing is very important. What were you doing in the second half of April when there were more than 2 lakh infections per day in the country?
I mean, but the statement is not factually incorrect. We need COVID appropriate
arbitrary,
behavior.
Irrational and irresponsible.
You can hold him to account, but the statement in itself is not faulty. That's the point. Ms. Kumara Mangalam, very quickly, lots of things have been said by Dr. Dalwai, and also Supriya said the same thing. It's the timing of reversing this policy. Because now, perhaps Mr. Modi looks at a situation where vaccine availability will not be an issue. So then the policy is back in to have things back in control. When there was a problem, liberalize, so that everyone's to blame.
Sanket, the problem when the liberalization was announced was that there were lots of very loud demands for it. As I have stated before, people's memories seem to be very short, which is fine. I mean, that's how it is in politics. Most of the statements made today are made by people who have to find something wrong with Modi ji or the central government. I've said this in many of your shows before. Mr. Dalwai, please let me finish. Have the courtesy to let me finish, please. Let me finish. You are nobody to tell me what point I should stick to. Who are you to give me advice?
One moment. Very limited time, please. Yes, Ms. Kumara Mangalam, your point.
Well, please ask them to stop interrupting and giving me anas for advice that I don't really need. Now, like I said before, in the case of the central government, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. When they asked for liberalization, it was liberalized. The states had problems. Nobody is blaming the states for having those problems. They did have the problems, and then came the outcry to change it back again to what it was before it was liberalized, which is exactly what has been done today. Now, I don't.
Ms. Kumara Mangalam, my only limited point is, can central government policies be dictated like this or prepared like this? That there was a demand, so we gave in.
Vaccines to be procured.
Sanket.
No, even if the policy is faulty and the government knows that there is a problem, you will still go ahead and liberalize the policy simply because there is a problem.
Okay, can I come in, please?
So let everyone try.
No, the government went ahead and liberalized it because they decided and they heard from the states saying so.
But the central government knew that it is not going to solve any problem. Ms. Kumara Mangalam, the central government was fully aware that this step is not going to solve any problem, apart from a political problem, of course.
Sanket, can I
No,
come in for 30
Sanket,
seconds?
you're not allowing me to finish. You're interrupting.
Sanket,
I said the
can I
government
comment, please?
liberalized it only because of the demands of the states, and
Okay,
it soon
Supriya
came to
Shrinek
realize
and then Ms. Gupta.
that it's counterproductive.
Quick
so they
comments,
came
please.
back to what
Supriya.
was their
I will-
earlier policy, which was,
I
I mean,
will
shouted
only
down a
ask-
few months ago anyway.
Supriya.
I only have one question of the Prime Minister. When he changed the policy on the 1st of May, effective 1st of May, was he certain there will be enough vaccination? Why did he restrict the supply to only 2 players? Why was foreign vaccine allowed, Sputnik was allowed only in April? Why has another foreign vaccine not been allowed up to date? Why has our domestic production not been ramped up? Why did you wait for 6 weeks before allowing compulsory licensing, first opposing it in the Supreme Court and then finally allowing it? There are so many questions that one has to ask the Prime Minister. But I will also say he has really insulted the scientific community by saying there were no vaccines. Maybe he doesn't know whether it was smallpox, polio, cholera. These were all eradicated because of our vaccination programs. You may have your scores to settle with the Indian opposition, but please do not insult the scientific community, the doctors who've steadfast this country, because you are a bag of lies there.
Okay, I've run out of time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, the point is, I've run out of time. The point is, and let's say this towards the end, now what we have is a good policy. Let's hope we implement it well. It's the implementation which is key. Time is running out. Good night. Goodbye.